welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to do a study with me. I did one of these before and that was my first one I ever did and it did so well. So back by popular demand, we are here. Today I have a fat ass to-do list to get through. So I'm going to take you along with me. Let's go. So a main thing that I'm going to do today is plan all of my essays. I have 3 essays due in a month, so I'm basically trying to plan them all today so that I can just crack on. So planning for me consists of finding the marking scheme and getting like the relevant bits, highlighting what I feel like I will struggle to hit. Then I want to read the actual task that's been set and plan that out, like bullet point what they want step by step. Look at when it's due, read the discussion forum, which basically will have any posts by students and then answered by tutors on there about the essay, so sometimes that can be really helpful. So once I've done all of that, which is the foundations of what they're asking me to do, I then crack on with how can I do that. So then I'm going to do reading lists, get the books from the library and come up with like an essay plan and then come up with like a schedule plan of when I'm going to do what each day. So that's what I'm going to do today for 3 different essays. I've got a philosophy essay, a professionalism and ethics essay, and then like a reflective portfolio that encompasses like what we've done throughout the whole year. So I chose to work on my philosophy essay first because it has the closest due date. So the first thing I did was go onto the VLE and find the module guide. So in the module guide, it contains all the module learning outcomes and also the parameters for the task. And it was important for me to really understand what was being asked because in philosophy we have to create our own essay question. So although there's a lot of flexibility, there's also a lot of room for error. So I just really wanted to understand what I needed to do and what points my question needed to hit in order for it to be successful. So once I'd done that, I found the marking criteria and our lecturer really helpfully wrote up the marking criteria along with a few things we needed to do in order to satisfy the marking criteria. So once I looked at all of that and understood it, I diluted it and wrote it down on pieces of paper. So the first thing I did was I wrote up the module learning outcomes and I highlighted keywords in blue. And then I went through the marking criteria and did the same thing. And now I separated the marking criteria up into 2 sections. So firstly, what I wrote is what the marking criteria actually said, and then under the dashed line, I wrote down what questions I needed to answer and things I needed to do in order to satisfy the marking criteria. Now, I just find this is a really helpful way to know that you've done everything, especially when you're actually writing the essay. So I have everything that I want to put up for philosophy. It basically consists of the module learning outcomes for the module, then a breakdown of each element of marking criteria, and then it includes a plan of how I'm going to write like the reflection trail for the module, and then also an essay plan. So that's what I'm going to go put up now. The reason why I always write it in big chunky pens and do it quite big for the wall is so that when I'm writing my essay at my desk, I can turn around and still see it. Plus, by putting it all on the wall, it ensures that I see it every day and that I can think it over and really sort of grasp what the task is asking me to do and have a great understanding of it. So the next thing I did was go onto our library directive called Your Search, and I just typed in a few keywords from the essay question that I made myself, so consequentialism and deontology, and then I sort of looked at all the books that were under that and the ones that really would be able to help me in researching my essay, and then made a note of them so that when I go to the library later, I had the titles, the authors and the codes so I could go and find all the books that I needed. So now I'm moving on to my second essay, which is professionalism and ethics. I'm having lunch as I go, cheese on toast, a classic. And yeah, I'm just gonna plan this essay now and understand what they're asking because I haven't looked at it yet. So that's what I'm doing now. So the first thing I did, as I said, was find the task for my P&E essay. So for this essay, we have to find our own examples so then we can apply the module content to them. So to get an idea of what examples I could use, I looked at the examples provided in the task as well as a submission from a previous year. Once I'd done this, then I went and found the PowerPoint from the lecture that explained the essay, just to get a bit more of an understanding of what they were asking and just to see if I missed anything. My flatmate is playing very loud. Niche is probably the word I'd use, music. And he's done it all day, pretty much every weekend, to be fair, he does it. And then, as I had done before, I wrote it all up in a diluted format so I could put it all on the wall, and I sort of underlined keywords as well as put keywords in a different colour. And then I went onto the VLE and read all the comments in the discussion forum that had been left by students and read all the replies that the tutors had put, just in case people were asking questions that I hadn't thought of. And then everything went up on the wall. And as always, I finished my study session with some reading. So this chapter was relevant to my philosophy essay. So I was just reading through this and making a mental note of the ideas that he was talking about that I could potentially apply to my essay. So it's getting dark and I think I'm gonna call it a wrap and stop studying here. I feel like I've achieved quite a bit, even though it probably doesn't look like it, but the tasks that I've been doing just took forever because the VLE is just so messy and it takes forever just to find stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a wrap here. I hope you find this video interesting. I will see you in the next video. I'll see you next week. Bye guys. So right now, yeah, marking criteria.